This is yarrow, and yarrow's a great plant. It occurs in other continents of the world as well, and I think there are different variations from Europe and Asia and North America, but they're all super awesome for beneficial insect attractors, insects and pollinators and butterflies, and they get tons of these flowers. And yarrow is a great medicinal plant. There's pages and pages on the uses of it, and it's just an awesome plant that everybody can include in the garden for medicine, and one of the best pollinator attractors, super drought tolerant. They can spread with rhizomes, and
Ours spread a little too much for our liking earlier this year, so I chopped them all down and made compost tea with them.
there you go.
You
Yep.
can see what they look like a little fresher there in the background. Kind of a brighter white, and the green is a little more vibrant. These ones are starting to be a little more toward the spent side.
Yeah, so that's a great way to control plants that maybe have rhizomes or spread or get too big, is like learning the uses of these plants. And either they're edible, they're medicinal, or you can use them in your compost kind of thing, but there's always some beneficial use, so then you can harvest them because they're taking up more space than you figured anyway. Then next to the yarrow, there's a young serviceberry. And serviceberry is one of my favorite native berries. It's kind of like a blueberry kind of fruit, but a larger shrub. And there are species of serviceberry that occur across the United States. This is just one of ours. There's multiple species here. And most people have never had a serviceberry, or let alone even seen them in the wild. But it's one of my favorite fruits, and I think that this could be incorporated into our agriculture systems as a drought-tolerant superfood berry. Next to it is the orange bush monkey flower, or the orange sticky bush monkey flower. And it is our only monkey flower that's kind of like a little shrub, like a little woody shrub, about 3 feet to 3 feet tall. And it gets tons of these orange tubular flowers that attract hummingbirds, and I've seen bumblebees go into them as well. And it's such a long bloomer. It like starts in spring and it'll go all the way through fall or winter. And just a nice big perennial that can take up some space and combat some weeds and give you a long-lasting bloom and supply nectar to hummingbirds and things. And under it is a little, this looks like the Oregon geranium, which is one of our native geraniums. Most of the geraniums that you see now are non-native geraniums, and they're becoming invasive, but this is one of our native ones. Gets a big, pretty pink flower, and
I think those already bloomed this year.
and I think those are earlier bloomers, but really nice little perennial. You got heels off too.
That was a volunteer.
This is self-heal, and a lot of times it volunteers in people's gardens or in damaged areas. And this is the flower. This is the Angelica leaf, but the leaf of the self-heal is a little smaller and skinnier. But you can put that in your salads, and self-heal, or heals all is its common name, and there are tons of uses for this plant. Even though the leaves don't taste or smell very medicinal, it is full of these compounds that heal all kinds of things. And it's just a low little ground cover that doesn't seem to get in anybody's way, and sometimes we'll pull it out, sometimes we'll leave it, but it seems to always come back. And like I said, it's really good in salads, so you can always nibble on the leaves.
And that one's finishing up, but the blooms were really pretty when they were
and they
purple.
attract I've seen bumblebees and different bees go after the blooms. And actually, Healsall is another one kind of like yarrow, where they occur all over the northern hemisphere in other continents as well. And North American ones have different variations than European and Asian ones, but it is a plant species that occurs all over the world, and that's the Healsall.